Gavin Newsom has deployed gluten guerrilla warfare, and it starts with Panera Bread. Panera, the place of Darwinist lemonade, has been exempt from California's $20 minimum wage laws. And not because Gavin Newsom looks like the kind of guy to enjoy a bread bowl. He probably says tomato soup has a kick to it when there's pepper in it. California governor has a friend who happens to be a billionaire that owns 24 Panera locations. The man's in the Carb Cartel. Billionaire Bill Flynn went to high school with Gavin Newsom, and he also conveniently donated $164,000 to his campaign. I can't even get my high school friends to Venmo me back for a drink. And this guy donated $164,000 to a man who definitely spent it on hair gel and an Equinox membership. The law Newsom signed is to raise all fast food minimum wage to $20 an hour. But there's always a but with that guy. That was just a but with an extra T and an affair. But what I'm saying is, if the fast food restaurant is a bakery or sells bread as a standalone product, they are exempt. If you sell bread, you save bread. Now this does make sense with every girl on Instagram, mine included, posting their sourdough starters. Panera is going to struggle to sell bread. So I've now named our starter Gavin Newsom. Okay, hold on. I have to put this back in the fridge. I don't know how these amoebas work. Billionaire Flynn said he played no role in the making of this exemption, the same way Panera has never played a role in a caloric deficit. When asked about why Panera is exempt, political Ken doll said it was part of the sausage making.
Why in the agreement, did you all decide that those workers should not be within the umbrella of this?
I mean, that's part of the sausage making that was part of 257.
America was built on sausage McMuffins, not croissants. Only cowards eat croissants.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch. And please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, sir.
Just making sure you're paying attention.
Biden gave his State of the Union speech where he was on more pharmaceutical compounds than a sorority girl at her first Coachella. But everyone missed something. Biden attacked Trump by saying,
if Donald Trump stood on business, he still wouldn't be tall enough to ride anything at Disneyland. You need to get his money up, not his funny up, if he want to run against me. I got Ukraine and China in my pocket.
Marjorie Taylor Greene was there, and annoying as usual. She looks like if you went as a Halloween costume party as your crazy uncle who likes Trump too much. It's a fucking bug on me. And she did scare him. Frightening a man who could fall if he sneezes is criminal, but it's kind of funny. State of the Union is just the red carpet for people who need ambulatory assistance when walking into a Denny's. Yet we all watch it. But the theme you'll see around was Biden was aggressive, but the kind of aggressive in the way Clint Eastwood is aggressive when an Asian dude drives by. You'd randomly get loud like your grandpa at Thanksgiving and start yelling about something that you don't really know anything about. The State of the Union is always a good check on the country, not on our economic or national security. It's a way to see how bad the public mental health crisis really is. And to scroll through the YouTube comment section and you'll see just how bad it is. This guy watched an entire speech of the president and couldn't stop thinking about Johnson's ass. This isn't Rihanna at the Super Bowl, Timothy. What the f*** are you doing? Whatever you think of Biden's speech, he got through it without any stumbles and way less mumbles than expected. I hope he gets a large victory dinner. Trump Tuesday. Sounds like a shitty hashtag some marketing intern came up with. But Super Tuesday showed Trump will be the nominee for Republicans, and we may just get 4 more years of the funniest political speeches we will ever see. She looks like me when I pull up to Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. The ruling made people upset.
But I don't like that we've normalized this man.
Yeah.
It has really irritated the poo out of me.
This is a bold statement coming from Whoopi Goldberg, the woman who's only famous for having bad opinions, considering she tried to defend Bill Cosby's behavior. Also, who still watches The View? It's so boring, you'd fall asleep faster than Bill Cosby's date if you watched it. And all this comes after the Supreme Court ballot ruling, where Colorado tried to keep the former president off the ballot in a unanimous decision by the Supreme Court. Do you know how hard it is to get 9 judges to agree on anything? The last time that many people agreed on something, it's when we all said the Island Boys suck.
Oh, I'm an island boy.
That's gonna be stuck in your head now. With positive news about Trump's election, MSNBC has a tactic to counter it, because news outlets are now admitting they want to sway your vote.
I'm afraid. You know, I've been one of the most outspoken guys. You know, it's interesting. Somebody said to me, are you afraid if he gets reelected? And I hadn't thought about it. And like, he's going to come after Joe. He's going to come after me.
Yes, MSNBC said they plan on scaring people about Trump, which is ironic. Who he's running against scares me. He's running against a skeleton. A party of skeletons. I'm just scared that you put a pink tie on with denim jeans and said that looks good. You dress like a substitute teacher who still reads Catcher in the Rye in their 40s. Also, Trump is 77 years old. How are you scared of a senior citizen? All you gotta do is go out at 6 p.m. and he'll be asleep. Actually, except Trump, that man doesn't sleep. This is an election, not Halloween. Why are news outlets trying to scare people? That haircut scared me, actually. And if it was Halloween, you'd still lose. Trump's more Halloween than Biden. He's f***ing orange. Mitch McConnell, the dramatic pause Dracula. Announced he will be stepping down as the Republican leader in the Senate in November. The senator who was first elected in 1984, I was negative 11 years old then, has had a long career. The man started working in 1974 under President Gerald Ford, and rumor has it he bought the first Ford Model T. I know that's a rumor because I made that up. McConnell is so old he literally saw MLK give the I Have a Dream speech, where he then dreamed of ruining people's lives for the rest of his career. You can name any old political figure and he worked with them. He even helped serve on King Tut's administration. He's largely disliked by people on the left due to the fact he is your stereotypical old Republican. Not the fun ones now that we get to hear from, like this.
What about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space lasers.
No, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers, and really, why don't you f*** off? How about that?
The blubberfish with a tie denied a bill that would have provided 9/11 first responders with health care. Mitch McConnell also led the opposition against stricter campaign finance laws, which I agree with. I copy every stock trade Nancy Pelosi does, and my portfolio is so high up, Elon Musk is going to try to colonize it. McConnell even has criticized the decision to close Guantanamo Bay. I have a joke for that, but it would get me in trouble. The Jim Carrey turtle twin at the beginning of his career was liberal. He was pro-union and pro-life. At one point on a long enough timeline, everyone becomes conservative. You may have blue hair, a love for Hassan Piker, and pronouns in your bio now, but give it enough time and you'll finally see that Sean Hannity is actually kind of hot for his age. Despite more wrong decisions than Jim Cramer, it's important we remember Mitch McConnell's long career with some of his most inspiring words.